Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just gonna let you lead everything.
We are live, everybody.
Oh.
Hey, Jackie, welcome.
Oh, God.
We had no idea we'd come live so early, and we did have another guest. We have a second Jackie Sleight with us tonight.
Wait, live from California, it's Jackie Sleight!
And why are we starting off with that? Because we had a little technical difficulty and had to bring our special guest, because that's how I'm going to say it right now, in through Jackie Slight's code, I guess is what I call it. So for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we'll give you 10 minutes to figure out who the real Jackie Slight is.
It depends what we say.
You can blame each other. That wasn't me. That was Jackie.
Oh, that was quick. Oh no, never mind. Okay, so Miss Jackie, you and I, we've started off the last couple weeks with a toast. And
yes,
we have a special second Jackie Slight with us tonight. And I'm gonna ask, this is gonna reveal it. The second
Are you really gonna ever say her name?
Not till after we do this.
Okay.
Second Jackie Slight, please do a toast.
Okay, that would be me.
No, that's me. Hold on. My drink of choice is champagne with my fancy glass, just like Jackie Slight is. Notice the choreography all the way around. And we finish it with a frozen grape.
Ooh. Here
is to the one and only Jackie Slight.
Ooh, love you.
You better drink to that.
Well done, Nancy. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So in a minute, I want to take a sip, but I want to tell you what not mail, I call it mail, but a message I got this week. I slurped there, I think. Somebody wants to know what your wine is and what I'm drinking in the martini glass. So I'm going to let you talk first, Jackie. What's in that glass?
Well, this week, it's raspberry Prosecco. Yum, super sweet. And so here's the deal. I'm a wine glass freak. This wine does not belong in this glass, but I don't care because I like big wine glasses. So it should be red wine. I don't care.
Okay.
And if I see a wine glass on sale,
that comment right there.
There you go. Welcome.
And I have a story about what I'm drinking. Nancy knows this, okay? I call the drink that I'm drinking a grapre, which has its origins in French, something. And in English, it's called a grape-rie, all right? So it is raspberry vodka, grape juice, which is not real grape juice. It is Crystal Light, lime. It's really sweet. And that's my drink. And somebody out there should try it or ask a bartender for a grapre when we get over this and see if they know what it is.
Maybe you could change the name to a grapri.
A grapre.
Nobody would know. You could start it now.
I like ballet. I was thinking artsy, Frenchy.
All right.
Okay.
Follow that?
Yes, Ree, I follow that.
We got it.
I follow that in all of your seminars.
That silent talk there. All right, so wait, let's do this way, because this is how I think about you guys. I don't know if I've ever seen you both in the same place. However, every time I bring up, by the way, have I said who you are yet? In a minute.
No.
Okay. I never see you guys in the same place. But whenever I bring up the other person's name, you laugh, okay? So here we are tonight, special guest who I'm going to introduce, the one, the only.
At the end.
What's your name?
You could.
Nancy O'Mara.
Ah, thunderous applause.
Can you hear them out there?
Oh, yeah.
First, tell our viewers about Nancy O'Mara. Then we're going to get into this.
Well, when you spoke to me about doing this, I just love that it's Saturday night with Jackie Sleight. And I just, every time I keep thinking about it, when I record SNL and it's like live from California, it's Saturday night with Jackie Sleight, and everybody wants to hear from her. And I can only reflect back to when I first moved to LA with Tice and immediately started taking Jackie's class. Now, I know of Joe Tremaine, of course, because of you and Rennie and your mom, Sherry, but Jody Goodman had lived here. I know that Tice mentioned her the other day too, and she said, you have to take this woman's class. And it was so refreshing. And of course, it's so overwhelming when you move from the New England area to Los Angeles. But coming into Jackie's class, she had the same similarities, like anybody that studied with Sherry, your mom. She didn't really say much. She just had things that were like, nah, like there were just things, and you just moved. She didn't have to say anything. And when Tyson and I first came in and took the class, there were dancers from of course, her assistants, Melissa and Andrea, who, you know, I definitely had the same height and body type as Melissa Bremner. If anybody knows Melissa, no, not at all. She's like 5'9", gorgeous. But just the people like Nathan Prevost, Liz Imperio would be in the classes. It was Eddie Garcia, Bill Bowl. When I saw Bill Bowl dance in that class, oh my God, it was just, forget anything. You felt like whatever you just learned, you have to start all over again. Do you remember a girl named Paula Venice?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this woman was completely opposite. Anything that she could do, I couldn't even try to emulate. She was just her own special dancer and one of the nicest people ever. She was the one that said, like, listen, if you want to work in this town, you have to have pictures and resumes in the trunk of your car, and you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to stay in Jackie Sleights class. Oh, Paula Venice. I haven't talked to her even, I don't know. It's just crazy, right? She was amazing, amazing. Everybody was.
When was this?
It was a few years ago.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was
A couple years ago.
It was in the 90s. Yeah. But then there was another time when we came in when Tyson and I were just trying to get a grasp on Los Angeles. And let's say we thought her class started at 3. It started at 3:30. And we both came in there and we were like, our hearts were pounding because she was already 30 minutes into the warm up. And we both remember, because I spoke with Tice the other day, she took her time to come over and we were like, stretch faster, make sure you warm up. She would come over and then she would just look at us and she would smile. She would like this. Then she would like point to the watch and then she would kind of like look over the clock. And she was like, then waited 10 minutes and like, everybody that moves to Los Angeles should have an alarm clock. And we were like, that was us.
No.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome to LA, guys.
Yeah. No, but the best information, she always said, if there was a big audition, she would say, if you're going to this audition tomorrow, if you get the job, congratulations. If you get cut, congratulations. No matter what happens, get back to class. And that was just a small message that I think everybody in my generation always thought about it. So you really didn't have time to feel like, oh, woe is me, I didn't get this. You just knew that you had to get back to Jackie's class. And it's true. Everybody did.
Jackie. Last week, we patted ourselves on the back. Pat yourself on the back for what she just said.
Oh, I know.
She knows. Yeah. I mean, she's humble pie, but she knows.
So I got to ask you something, because I'm going to really let you guys roll here because I love this. But Jackie, what'd you think of the young Nancy O'Mara and Tice DiOrio coming up? What are you?
Well, I'm going to take another swing.
Hold on. No. First of all, okay, so if I say something nice, which I'm about to, then people will think I'm just saying something nice. So too bad. No, when they came in, I thought, what the heck's going on here? Because it's not like a new kid came. 2 people came who were on fire and who were so strong. And I had never seen anybody this physically strong. Even if we were doing something that like, all right, nobody in the whole room had the strength to do, including me, but whatever, let's try it anyway. But they were powerful. So it was crazy to see this energy come into class. Like, oh, okay, and now here are some new people. Y'all need to watch out for a minute. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's true.
Bigger, better, stronger, longer. Always, right? Do you still say that, Jackie?
No, but
Bigger,
no.
better, stronger, longer. Do it again.
Oh,
Yes, but we needed that because
Yeah.
it was just instilled in. Wait, do you remember? Well, this is funny. Do you remember? Because, okay, so Tice had amazing training with his teachers, right? And all of his teachers that he mentions and everything else, but and everything was about the lines and using the ground in your plie. And Tice was going across the floor and he said, Mr. Dance on Point, use your plie.
I totally remember that moment.
Yeah.
Completely remember it because he was so up.
You. Oh God, not me, you.
He was very up.
Yeah, and he knows it. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things you get so much of your training. Of course, the roots and the base and then you're 18 and you come here and you need to continue with your training. And we were in classes all the time and met so many different dancers. I mean, I remember Liz and Perry would go across the floor like this.
Yes. Oh my God.
Loved her.
I think she still does.
I mean, she was just another one that would just attack in her own way. There were so many great people to learn from. And everybody was still, for the most part, very supportive back then.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll come back, but I want to ask this question because I think your answers might be interesting. Jackie, what's different now from like that time of Nancy Keith?
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
Sorry, Tice.
Nice. Thank you. I was wondering who. People attended class consistently in that moment. So it kind of was a mentality of you might be taking from a lot of people, but you were studying with one person at a time.
Really?
Yeah. No, and it was just like a mindset. Like certainly I did that when I was training. Like I would take from a lot of people, but my focus was just if I missed this person's class, I couldn't miss that class. So that's kind of where there was a real solid base of consistent students who are all striving to do the same thing. And that was just to get good. So it was really fabulous. And it was an interesting feeling in class. It was a bit of not better than the other person, but had to be as good as. So I think everybody tried to like, oh God, look who's in that group. I've got to do this as well as they did. Because it was a healthy competition.
Yeah, and then when Jackie would have this first group, and if you were in the first group, she would just point at you. You would point and you would go into the first group. And I had been training with her for a couple of years at this point, and new people would come in. And this one girl, I don't remember her name, but I'm just thinking about now, bless her. But she was like, "How do you sign up for the first group?" Like, you don't sign up. You don't sign. You chose to be in
that took me a minute to get. She wanted to sign up for the first group.
Yeah.
Jackie, did you know that at the time?
About signing up?
Yeah, for the group.
No.
Who explained to her that there was no sign up?
You want to hear something horrible?
Yes.
Okay. So this is psychological damage. So there would be always this really huge group of really good people. And if it just so happened on this day that there was an abundance of good people and I could only have the group a certain size, you can't have everybody in it. So I wouldn't choose some of the people who were normally in the first group and I would not pick them and I would watch their face like, what? And I would turn around and think, good for you. You have to work harder anyway. And in my mind, I was going, that's fine anyway. That's good. Not horrible.
No, it's perfect.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need that. We definitely need that. And then there was a
If I
time
were the person in the same place, I'd feel so bad that they thought that at after class. I'd go, I hope you know, because the first group is too big, because I'd feel bad if they went over like that, but you are.
No. Well, now it's different, it's different.
Yeah.
Now I would go, oh, it's okay, there's that. But then,
No, you're right. You're absolutely. So how do you remember that, what she's talking about, different from today? Nancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's just like anything else. As we get older, we always say, oh, when this happened and this time of, it happens from generation to, my father-in-law is 96 and a half. So when I speak with him about things, I understand that everything is it just changes. Nothing changes but the changes. It does. There are some kids that are out there that still have the same passion and hunger that I know that I had when I was training. So it's still there. It's just a little bit, I don't find it as much because it's not the same as far as a dance studios anymore, because I think everything, and I mean this in a positive way, it's great, but everything now is not about being in the first group and really training. Everything is about who's going to put me on camera and am I going to be on your YouTube page. And it's interesting now with everything happening that none of it matters anymore. So if you're trained, you're going to feel a lot happier. And if you're still training in your house,
Yep.
things are going to change again because nothing changes but the changes.
I love that.
So it's just true. So the kids that are constantly learning and doing their technique and doing all the things that make sense for their for whatever, whether it's a career, whether they just love doing it. If you want to do something in this business, the training is what it's about. It would be like saying to everybody, yes, I'm a cook now. Oh, I'm a chef now, but I don't cook. But I'm a chef. I do that. It just doesn't. Yeah, are you really? Got a little head scratcher on that one. But I think that it's just a matter of the people that are out there educating as well. And everybody's different. I mean, I'm not going to speak to my friend Ian Eastwood and say, now you should start taking ballet. No, but if you see Ian is true to Ian and he does his thing and he's very true to it. And there's a lot of dancers out there that
I agree.
Should. And then there's other people, it's like, you should be doing as much as you can because you should take and be as versatile as you can because you never know. What if you get a call and somebody needs you to teach, but they need you to do ballet and contemporary or whatever it may be. I think that I'm still a little old school when it comes to that because I know even now, I'm like, hey, can you teach that? Yes. Hey, can you teach that? Yes. I just think that the training, getting back to it, the training is a little bit different because everything has become about social media, which it wasn't about that. For us, we just trained because we wanted to, and it only mattered what happened in that room. And Jackie's first group was completely different because she wasn't going to record us. She wasn't going to record us. It's just different. It's just different. I mean, I think that it's still fun and it's entertaining and I'll always love it. I'm just glad that I grew up in the era that I did.
So I'll tell you something funny that you guys made me think of, and then I want to hear some funny stories that talk about some dancers and whatever. But Jackie, if you would pick me for that first group, because you picked me for the first group, I would never have remembered the combination. So I would have been better off in the second.
Oh, no, you wouldn't get picked for the first group.
You might have been in the third. No.
This is good.
Pressure on the first group. You didn't make mistakes in the first group. If you did make a mistake in the first group, you know what happened, Ree?
What?
Then you went in the second group, the third group, the fourth group, the fifth.
Out the door.
There was a sixth group. She made you do it every single time with every group. And you thought that you were like turning purple and you were coughing and she just walked over and she would point and you would have to go again. And there was no question about it. You would just go again.
Okay, I want to tell you this story.
Anybody that knows Jackie Sleights class knows it. I'm telling the truth.
Oh God, I can't.
When I was a kid, and Nancy, you did this with me, we would go take classes from Gus Giordano. Yeah. Okay, so Gus Giordano always looked at Rennie and I, called us the toy boys, is what he called us. And he'd go, toy boys, get on stage. I never remembered the combination one time on the stage. But if I was out there dancing, I was good. I don't know what. That's why I said the thing about I would have been better off in the second group. It was a weird thing, but it was the truth. If you called me out or you put me somewhere, I couldn't remember it. I just thought I'd throw that out. So, Miss Nancy, memories.
I want to bounce off what you just said because there's there's a lot of dancers that will probably understand what you're saying, Ree, because there's some unbelievable dancers, but for some reason they haven't been conditioned as far as when it's auditioning or when you're put on that spot or what you do with your nerves or how to get out of that so that you can finish it and be like, oh, did anybody see that? Because I just did it and I was called out. So I do understand that. There's, I don't know if Jackie, if you remember Erica Gudis. But I mean, beautiful girl, and she was a really, really good dancer, but you put her in an audition scene and forget it. She would be like, forget it. And she would want to walk away. But if you hired her for the job, sensational all the way around. Very, as we say, happy to be here, easy to work with. And you just loved having her around. But that was the first person years ago that introduced me to that you have those kids that will come out there. And how can we get them to that next place where they can, just what they did on the floor, we just want to see that again. Yeah. How to get them out there, what you do with it, you know? I mean, I always have this one philosophy that way back in the day when Hannah Montana was Hannah Montana, not Miley Cyrus, although I love them both. But it was a matter of when you have so much success or anything that happens, I would always say, pick 5 things that you really like about yourself. Don't tell me what they are. Just tell yourself what they are. So tell you, I'm a great friend. I'm this, I'm this. Put that in your brain, close it, punch it in your brain, put your monitors in, and then go out on that stage and stay in that space so that you're relaxed and you know the good things about you as opposed to like the panic, which is maybe what Ree felt, you know, just being in that spot.
That's kind of brilliant.
I don't know about that. Maybe I learned from you. I don't know. I'm sure you come across those kids many times because I know everybody that wants to take your class and learn your choreography and be with you, they want to spend an extra 2 hours with you afterwards and pick your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that. I mean, I do. I love that. I'm making it up. No, I love that. Talking. It's because it's different now. So you have to get your point across to the kids differently. What we did doesn't work. Yeah. So yeah, it works with a select few. Like you can connect with somebody and they get that. She hasn't talked to me yet. Oh, I'll have to try harder. You know, it's funny. Do you know Victor Manuel? Yes. For 1,000 years. And he said to me once, 100 years ago, and he goes, "You didn't talk to me for 2 years." And I said, "What? How's that? What are you talking?
What's your name again?" No, don't kidding. Victor can handle it.
I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The first time you talked to me, you looked at me after the combo and said, 'So you finally decided to do it my way, huh?'"
I love that.
Isn't that great? But 2 years? I said, "That's not possible." He goes, "Yeah, 2 years."
That's true though. I mean, now that I think of it, I don't know when you spoke. Oh, you know what? Because of Billy Bowl, for sure, Bill. I mean, I think he was doing something with myself and Tice, like a duet or something. And so we were entitled in that sense because he made you come in and see us because you had a relationship with him. That was him.
Billy Bull after his dance career. Was Billy Bull a really good dancer? You have to say yes now in case.
No, we don't. He was one of the best dancers I've ever known.
Really?
Oh my God.
You've never seen someone as grounded and on their center and fast and capable. You've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. If you blinked, he moved like lightning. So if you blink, you might miss something and you might have missed like the most amazing thing. Oh yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
When I saw him dance in her class and he was in the first group long before I was, it was just, I know that it was seamless for him, but it was, I mean, I know how hard he worked, you know, with everything, how hard he worked. But I want to say he's probably like one of the only people that I know back then that maybe only auditioned once in his career and everybody else just would just direct book him. He was like that. Yeah.
Killer.
One of Jackie's babies. Yeah.
Who could do that? I don't know. He was crazy.
Yeah.
Who were some of those other babies, Jackie?
Oh.
Eddie Garcia. Nathan, Michael Higgins. When I think back to that, you know, so many. I mean, I'm just thinking back to the ones that I looked up to because they were older than I was, but it was just to watch them and learn from them was just, you didn't want to. You didn't want to leave. If you had, well, first of all, if you had to use the restroom, you didn't leave during Jackie's class.
Go
before you get there. Go before, yeah. Who else, Jackie? Okay, Liz Imperio was another one. Paula Venice was just incredible.
Incredible. God, there's a whole group. Do you remember Joey Shetler?
Joey, of course,
Yes.
singing now. Yeah, she's doing
Yeah,
great.
she's singing now like a
Really good.
like a beast. I know.
Yeah.
There was a whole group of that right then.
Yeah.
Lindsay Allen and
Yeah.
oof.
Really beautiful. Everybody. What do you always call him? Bob to Todd. I don't know why I just thought of that now.
Bob to Todd.
Bob to
Yes.
Todd.
Okay,
He
I'm,
went off.
I'm
Had a
going
great crew.
deep for 1 second, and then you guys take us out of it. What do you think those people had in common? What did you observe that they had maybe that some other dancers didn't?
I mean, I think that everybody had the work ethic and the passion, but when we say all these names, nobody's the same. Everybody's so different. But
I
if you
get
saw
that.
them all together, yeah, but nobody's the
What
same.
is that common bond? The passion? Is that it? Or,
Uh,
yeah, because they are all
they
different.
were fearless.
Ah, there you go.
They were fearless. And maybe on the inside, they didn't feel fearless, but that's what they presented. And they, I mean, beyond what I could even explain. It was crazy. A couple months ago, I taught a class at Edge, and some of the old guys came. No offense, Bob, but
Mature. I've been using the word mature.
mature. Okay, there it is. And I had a whole group of dancers that fit into this thing. Like from then, they came and took this class, and I watched them do the combination, and everybody standing on the sides was going. And I looked around the room going, that's right, that's right. Because not only they were still so, and they moved like a pack. It was crazy. It was stunning.
Mm.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel as a teacher, Miss Jackie?
It wasn't just me.
No, I get it. But as a teacher on that night, how do you feel when you get in the car and go home? Wait, I have to stop. I know all your friends are making fun of me because of my Boston accent. I want all your friends to know that I'm trying really hard. I had no idea it was that.
This is trying hard.
Trying really, really hard or really hard?
Yeah, yeah. I forget the question I just asked you. Take.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want to. I think.
I feel great. That's what I feel. I feel.
Oh yes.
Okay, so now that I'm not 22, now that I'm 32, I feel maybe, okay, so that's cool because maybe mostly because I'm watching a lot of them. This is crazy. I'm watching a lot of them teaching somebody else, and I'll look at the somebody else and go, whoa, whoa, I really like the way they dance. Whoa. And then there will be a connection.
Mhm.
And it makes me go, okay, that's cool. That's so cool. But honestly, it didn't start with me. Well, it didn't start with me.
Feeling it's how the next generation moved on. They got the style of the person.
Yeah, but then I look at them though, and I see me, but I didn't come from me. I came from everybody before me. I came from Joe and from Joe Bennett and Roland and Matt Maddox that came before them. So yeah. I'm watching Matt Maddox, when they're dancing. It's cool.
Yeah.
When you say Joe Tremaine, I always think about Joe, my favorite. Well, I love Joe Tremaine so much. He was so good to myself and Tice when we first came out as well. But I just always loved when he would do a rubber knee, no rubber knee. With that, just the way he looked at me in the way that he handled himself.
Doing that one more time, please?
No, come on, you got this. You already did it once.
Rubber knee, no rubber knee.
It's true.
He's the best. He's somebody that has done he's done so many great things for people as well. Like when Tyson and I came out here, he was the other one because it was his studio, and to go to him and I came out here with $600 in my pocket. $600. What? So just really,
did you work for those classes? Like, did you?
I did whatever Joe told me to do, or whatever Jackie told me to do. We just made it work. Yeah, and we did whatever we could, and then just kept training, and of course Doug Caldwell, and but yeah, Joe took in a lot of people, a lot of empty pocket peoples when we first came out, and it was just very kind. And I think that that's the reason why he's as successful as he is today, the same as Jackie, because it really does. Karma really does happen.
Yeah, don't work for the money. The money will come. Don't work for the money. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you said that.
I've never worked. Only time I ever took a job for money was when I was a waitress. And I swear to you, cross my heart, that's the only time I said, okay, how much is that? Any other time I was either grateful or excited or both. But a long time ago, I took a job as a waitress for the money, and I also got to have dinner there. But
there you go. There was a plus.
It was a plus. But
I've always thought that you could do anything you wanted if you had the passion and the drive to do it. There were no limitations.
yeah, you're your own limitation, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, next topic. We're going to
I'm so excited.
I'm letting Nancy lead the way. Go, Miss Ness.
Okay, let me see what else. What I'm trying to think of other people. Oh, here's just a random thing. I don't know if it was mentioned before, but Jackie, in your own life, do you remember one thing that we had talked about years ago? I struggled with, and it was just, and you said that I'm really good at doing that. You fold a fitted sheet like nobody's business. Simple fitted sheet.
Exactly.
I said to her, I was like, I have no idea how to fold this and make it perfect. She's like, I have it down. I do a great fitted sheet.
That's kind of mean. That's a little bit on the verge of crazy.
No, it's not.
Do you want to hear? So yesterday I was folding laundry because there was so much else to do. So I did laundry.
So much else to do.
And there I was sticking the corners in the sheets. It was yesterday.
Every time I have to fold one, I think of you. And I'm like, yeah, I wish Jackie would just do this for me.
It doesn't get better than that.
I'm a good towel folder. I go for that triple fold, really tight, stack them up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or am I sounding a little?
No, we get you. We get you with the fitted sheets.
When people are just coming on right now, they're wondering why they're coming on right now and not exactly sure what's happening.
And people who are coming on now are looking in this two Jackie Sleights.
I like it.
Me too. Jackie, I'm sure I actually forwarded this from one of the kids that I've known for a long time throughout convention. She wrote me the most beautiful letter. And when I was reading it thinking, wow, I can't believe that she was getting that from me. And it wasn't like I read it and was like, oh yeah, that's true. No, it was unbelievable. I forwarded it to Ree a couple of days ago, and then he called me the next day. I can only imagine how many letters and how many kids are reaching out to you, and what are they saying? I mean, besides thankful, or can you share anything that, I mean, I'm sure you've received a lot more.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm really, really, really lucky. And for sure, because they don't have to do that. But you think this kid, there's something this is important. Was it important enough for them to write this?
Yeah.
And that's so cool, right?
Yeah.
It's neat that you're thanking me, but more than that, it was so important to you that you had to write it.
Yeah.
That's bigger.
Yeah.
So the dancing meant so much. That's big.
Yeah, the dancing, and not only, I'm sure with you, it's not just the dancing, it's the message, it's the work ethic, it's the day-to-day living your life. So I can only imagine that you've been flooded with a lot of those things. I mean, as well I do, there's a lot of conventions that were out there, and hopefully will certainly come back. And there's certain people that, teach steps, and those steps are fantastic. And then there's other people that really get up there and know that everything is about the kids. And the only thing it's just about is 100% them.
Yep.
And it's not about you at that moment. It doesn't matter what just happened in your day. If you had an argument with somebody, something happened, to just forget about everything and stay on that stage and just take everybody in that room and glue to them there's still a whole lot of people that don't quite have that. They probably have other things. So I'm not saying anything negative. It's just something that I notice where I think, oh, I wonder if that person's going to catch on at one point and realize that it has nothing to do with us. It's everything to do with the kids.
Completely, 100%. And I know that you get that because I hear that about you.
Aw,
I know, isn't that nice?
yes.
Yes, I hear that.
Really nice.
What? We can't even hear you, Reese, so it doesn't matter. You're turned off. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Since we're bragging on Nancy O'Mara for a half
Yes.
second, I've worked with her a few times over the last couple years, and Nancy O'Mara is doing for young people in her way what you did and how she described you.
Mm.
That's when you were talking and you said, well, I'm a little, name a couple of those teachers that you mentioned from your history.
Matt Maddox and Jack Cole.
Okay, yes. So dance people don't realize they're responsible for that legacy.
Mm.
You may not even know you're responsible for the legacy, but you are, and you're doing it. So Nancy O'Mara gets up and talks to young people who want maybe a different career than she wanted in 90, I don't want to say the date, in the 90s.
Yeah.
And she's doing it now for the new generation. And I didn't know we were going to go there, but I'm in this complimentary, mushy kind of mood. But Nancy, know you're doing it.
Thank you. It is. The kids are great. I mean, I'm fortunate that I can do that. I am. And I think that even these kind of conversations and everything that people are posting online for the kids to continue with their training and being positive, and the new ones that are coming up. And, you know, Jackie, the ones that you see that are maybe 20, 21, and they want to teach, and you give them all the information, and I probably did. I mean, I know that I've learned it for you as well, but just give all the information, because you give them that, and then it just keeps us moving to constantly learn within ourselves and have a more information that we can give out. And it just never ends. It never ends.
Never ends. If you're a good teacher, you're a great student.
There you go.
Right.
That should be a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt.
Right.
But, I can't, I don't have my glasses. I can't find a pen.
So I want to ask you both a question. Nancy first. How are you adjusting to this new world? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you going with the flow? How's your mind working during these times, Miss Nancy?
I mean, I could make up a BS response.
I don't want BS.
No. So the reality is that there are some days where I love taking a shower and thinking, what pajamas should I put back on? Or what movie am I going to catch up on? And the time that I'm spending in the kitchen and doing the things that I kept saying I was going to do. And there's still some things, like I still wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to do this today. And I'm like, nope, I'm not. But I am enjoying it. And then there's other times when I get concerned about, other people that are really concerned about financial, and trying to educate some of the dancers that I'm with about this is the step that you should make. And I feel that the community has really come together within that, with even other choreographers. Tassandra Chavez just sent me a link the other day, and I was like, thank you. And everybody is sort of coming together. Everybody has a different reality, but right now, everybody really is the same. It doesn't matter if you have more followers or if you have more followers or you have this. It's like you need your family and your friends, your training, and everybody's the same. And there's something so beautiful about that. And nobody cares right now if somebody else is working with this person or doing that job, but nobody cares because nobody's doing it. So there's a bit of a silence where I feel like the people and my lovely
There is
friends,
a silence.
there is, because there's nothing to talk about in that sense. It's just about, do you have enough toilet paper? Do you have bagels? Do you have this? Do you need anything? Are you going on a walk? How's this? And it's just about real life. It really is just about real life. So that part I really, really enjoy. I really do. I mean, today when I knew I was going to do this, I even tried to do my hair for you guys, but I put on a little bit of makeup. But when I went to go put on the makeup, I was like, wait a second, I forget how. It's just been a while. And it's fine, right, Jackie? Don't you love that sometimes where you're like, I can walk around like this for days.
I washed my face. It works.
I brushed. But I think when you positive, then am I allowed to sip this?
Yes, I've been sipping.
Okay, everybody pause.
Well, then let me catch up. I'm kidding.
Last week, after I looked at the comments, after Jackie and I were done, there was a guy, he said twice, wait a minute, let me get another one.
Is he back?
I don't know, I'll check. I'm not good on keeping up with the comments as we're going, but that made me laugh.
You know what's, oh, sorry.
No,
You know what's I've noticed, and I'm grateful and thankful that this is happening right now. What I have noticed in our community is more people are saying, how are you doing? Instead of what are you doing?
So good. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's asking, what are you doing? So what are you doing? Well, I'm doing this week, you know what I'm doing. I just got booked for this. Everybody's just saying, how are you doing?
Yeah. That's so true.
It's amazing. It's spectacular.
Listen, as a guy who comes from the woods in Norton, Massachusetts to LA, I have actually said to people, how are you? And what you just described is the response I get. And I really meant, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, except I do have the same conversation with Tice on a daily basis. Whether he calls me or I call him or FaceTime, he does say, what are you doing? And I say, wicked busy, because we love the Boston accent. So we speak with a Boston accent as much as we possibly can. So I'm wicked busy. Can I call you back? Like a couple hours, I'm wicked busy.
All right, Nancy.
Fun.
Wicked busy, wicked cool, wicked awesome, wicked pisser. Anything I left out?
You could have left out the last one, but it's your show.
I didn't even know that.
It's all right.
Ratings or something? Are we done now tonight? Is this my last conversation?
No, everybody loves what you're doing, Ree. I think you're doing a great job, and the variety of people that you're putting together and how you're doing it. And when I hear your voice on the phone on other days that you're just excited, and everything that you're doing, nothing is about you. Everything is about everybody else. And it's clear when you say that to me on the phone, when I hear your voice, it's about connecting everybody and allowing people to listen to each other, to laugh a little bit, and to hear how everybody else is coping with things. And I think that what you're doing is great. And I've met new people that I've never known before because of what you're doing. And I'm like, oh, that guy's cool. The tapper guy, that was cool. Just it's nice. It's good.
I want to tell you that in response to that, I want to say this. I was meant to do this thing at this time. It feels natural. It's always been my dream to bring the community together at every level. I know the ballet company dancers. I know the dancing school kids who sing songs in their recital. I don't see any difference in the passion. Never have.
Yeah. I love all the kids that are their bedrooms are now look like dance studios, or the basement is now cleaned out and it's all dance studios, and the moms that will send me text messages and videos of what they're doing and watching them do everything on virtually. But it's very cool.
Yeah.
And I want to say something about how cool that is, because I've been talking to a lot of teachers. You know, these kids, let's say they normally do an hour and a half class or an hour class. They only want to do a half hour or 45 minutes, or they want to do a shorter class because they want to hang out with their friends afterwards. And what does that tell you about what dance does?
The friendships, the community, the family. I mean, even what we were talking about earlier, people. And I mean, I haven't said that one girl's name in years. I don't even know where she is, but I hope I connect with her now. Paula Venice, where are you? But just those kind of things, the kids that I grew up with at the studio. I mean, come on, even when I think about like even Tice, we met when we were 18. Greg Russell, 18. So many, John Corella, myself and John Corella and this other beautiful girl, Jennifer Keys, are on a group chat together. And it's fun. And we all, came from the same type of thing. It's pretty good.
A lot of the guys are from the Mr. Dance Club, and I'm from Mr. Dance Caveman days. So I'm proud to be in that group. One of the very first ones there was, but you say John Corella, you say,
Yeah.
you say all of these people, they're dancers who work their butts off.
They're texting me right now.
I know Tice is probably trying to call you while you're on the air, hoping
No,
maybe.
Tice, I told Tice that I was doing it, and we talked, and we actually, I almost wish that I could have recorded the things that Tice and I share about being in Jackie's class, going across the floor, and just all the drills, and really knowing the difference between the drills across the floor and then the choreography, and more of the line. And Ree's mom was always like about a sense of line, and there were other people, of course, in Ree's studio. I mean, there was Sherry, of course, that was like in charge, and then there was Rennie and Ree and Diane Kelly, Patty Eisenhower, Kathy Medina. I mean, there were so many people that were worked under that umbrella, basically with everything that Sherry said. But, you know, people say it takes a village, and it does take a village. It really does. And to have that great training and then to come to Los Angeles and meet somebody like Jackie, it's just, you know, a lot of people don't find that. They don't find that, or they get wrapped up in other things that they shouldn't. It makes them lose their focus. And if you were part of Jackie's class, and when she saw that you were coming back, she demanded that focus. So, you know, failure just wasn't an option. She wouldn't let you. She'd find you.
I think when kids come out here, they need to find a home.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
Like someplace that they feel they belong.
They need to find a home with compassionate people, because they're coming from places where they've grown up with that, and they're looking for that, and they're scared. Nancy went with $600.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did, when you're saying have a home, when Tyson and I came out, I did have $600, but Jody Goodman was already here. She was here, and so she was somebody that was my lifeline as a kid. Like, she was the one, like, even when Tice was talking to Nat, it was just like, oh, holy Goodman. I mean, and you know, because she was in your classes, and she was somebody that, even though she was trying to figure out what she was doing as well, but she always took me under her wing the best way that she knew how, always. So if I was ever any kind of a panic, she was always there. So my big sis was there for sure. So, but understanding what you're saying, finding a home, you know, having Jody that was here, and then being there with Tice, so I wasn't alone. I agree with that.
Had a home.
Yeah. Yeah, we lived in the same apartment building, all of us. Jody was upstairs, she got us an apartment downstairs.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm going to say this because, you know, I just say what I want on this. Jody Goodman the other night was brought up by Tice, and I tagged her in the post, and she was so excited by what Tice said. I'm going to tag her again. And Nancy, I think you, me, and Jody Goodman should do this one night.
I love that.
She's in Italy, and I got a funny feel. I'll make her get up early in the morning because oh no, is she older than you or younger than you?
She's younger. No, Nancy's younger. Nancy's younger.
Jody's older than me. Yeah, she's older than me.
We'll get her
Even better. What if it was Nancy, Jody, Ree, and Rennie?
We could pull that off.
Now that would be, everybody would tune into that one. That would be fun. They'd be looking like this by the end. Watch. Now that was a good story.
Oh, no. There's some things we cannot discuss.
No, but that would be fun. I mean, we would have to make sure it wasn't so much of an inside joke with everything, because it would just,
Yeah.
No, that would be good. Just different perspectives with everything that's going on.
Miss Jackie.
Yes, sir.
You're awesome. You've inspired a couple generations, and you continue to do it as you travel the country. I love spending my Saturday nights with you. Let's continue to do it. We'll come up with some guests. Maybe we'll bring Nancy back, but I'm loving
bring some of the oldies back, Jackie. We could talk about other people to bring on that have even more stories than I do. It'd be,
we could just talk.
I'm open for
all
this.
night.
I'm open for this. So let's talk about it before next Saturday night with Jackie Sleight.
Live from California. It's night. It's fun though. It's fun. I will be honest though, when you're sitting here, there's been a couple of moments where I forget that anybody else is really listening. So I have
That's
to,
fine.
I have to maintain.
Have we already been on for an hour? Oh my gosh.
We have been on
See that?
about almost
Because
50 minutes.
Michael Rooney
Say
keeps
it.
texting me. Michael Rooney.
We'll bring
No,
Michael.
you know
Rooney
why?
in the
Because
convo.
the credit really goes to Michael Rooney with the Joe Tremaine impersonation. The credit goes to Michael Rooney, who always, but I don't want Michael Rooney and Joe Tremaine to get. But Michael Rooney has the best impressions
He
of
does.
everybody. And
Okay.
he would be the one that would do rubber knee, rubber knee. No, rubber knee. Michael, mwah. Oh, he does Joe
All right, so
Tremaine.
I'm going to tell you guys something if he's listening.
Here's to Michael Rooney. Love you. He had a birthday recently. Rubber knee, Joe Tremaine.
I want to get Joe on. I called him. He said yes. I need to figure out how I can get him on, somebody in to help him to get online easy.
Ricky can do it. He's there.
Okay,
Yeah,
Ricky,
you
if
do
you're
that.
listening, we're going for Joe Tremaine real soon. We want to get him on.
You brought it. Michael Rooney was another part of that umbrella that was
Yes,
very
he
big
was.
for me. He was. I would take his classes a lot, and it just. I remember him once telling me that he told the students. He said, "When Nancy O'Mara's in class, she never looks at the clock. Don't ever look at the clock." I don't know why I just thought about that, Michael.
Wow.
I love training with him as well. Just so different and just so fun. And still to this day in my rehearsals, and everybody that knows, and I always say this is Michael Rooney because he always goes. Always. And I still do it, and I give him credit all the time. I have had dancers go to his auditions and say, I just finished working with Nancy O'Mara, and she told me to say, clap, clap, slap, kick your head.
1,000 years ago, he choreographed a dance for me for the faculty show 1,000 years ago. And in fact, I think you probably saw it. And guess what was in it?
Michael Rooney! I'm so glad that he texted you because that would have been crazy not to. Another one, Ree, that you could speak to that just, I mean,
Amazing.
so much of a history and yeah, I haven't talked to him. I actually sent him a text about something. I don't know. I think, oh, I know it had something to do with a movie or something, but
This
there's
is
so many
this is
people.
it. This is how I feel. I'm willing to hang out with all those people. This is who we are. We're in our homes, but our connection is this dance thing, and let's get to know each other better while we're doing this, because we're all connected, no matter what it is that we do.
Like it or not.
Yeah, like it or not.
Yep.
I wouldn't change
Bigger, better, stronger, longer. Jackie, you have to keep saying that to everybody.
I have to bring that back.
Bigger, better, stronger, longer.
Everybody.
everybody. So
I
that
like my turning chair. This
okay.
was fun, you guys. This was really
This
fun.
was good.
Let's do it again, and we'll be creative. We'll have some special guests on Saturday night, and let's just roll with the punches
Okay.
with a smile on our face. I know this week has been tough.
Here's to Jackie Sleight.
Here's to Nancy O'Mara.
Here's to Ree and Jackie.
Here's to
Love
both.
you guys.
Wait, I just want to say I really only have to do one because you're both Jackie Sleight. But I'll say this as we're closing. If you tuned in late, this is Nancy O'Mara, the legendary Nancy O'Mara. She is not Jackie Sleight, and I'm so excited we had you too.
But she
She
wants
is
to
Nancy
be.
O'Mara.
Infamous.
Yep.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.